Yes, children. So today we have to deal with the chapter 11, that is the infrastructure. So in the last class we have discussed about what was poverty. All the poverty chapter was completed. So now we have to move on to the infrastructure chapter. So infrastructure, we have all gone through this word in our life, right? That is infrastructure. Infrastructure is actually a support system to the development of a country. Okay, so that is, this infrastructure refers to support system of economic and social development of a country. So that means the government is providing, either the government or the private individuals who are engaged, they are providing a support system to get developed. Okay, to make a country developed. That is why we are using infrastructure. So infrastructure can be both social and economic. Social means our schools, colleges, temples, mosques, like that. That is social infrastructure. Economic means dams, bridges, all such things. So that is economic and social infrastructure. For a country to be developed, you need both the social and economic infrastructure. Okay, so that should go both hand in hand to meet a development thing. Or to become a developed nation, you need both social and economic infrastructure. So as I told you, infrastructure is broadly categorized as economic infrastructure and social infrastructure. So you have to put a heading, infrastructure, draw the flow chart, economic infrastructure, social infrastructure. Then we have to move on. Under the economic infrastructure, you can give a note. Economic infrastructure means it is the element of support system like power, transport, communication, etc. So which serve as a driving force for production activity in the economy. Okay, so just put a arrow and write there. It helps in the production activity of a country, which the economic infrastructure. Okay, so economic infrastructure helps in the production activity of the economy, or it acts as a driving force for production activity in the economy. And you can have this thing, see, power, transport, communication, banking facilities, all such things comes in the economic infrastructure thing. Then comes in the absence of economic infrastructure, it is not possible for the country to develop as an efficient system of growth and development. So for the country to be developed, you need both social and economic infrastructure. So in that, actually, economic infrastructure also plays an important role in getting a country developed. Next comes the social infrastructure. So come under this, right? It is like they are such elements to support system, that is which serve as a driving force for social development of a country. Yes, so social infrastructure, it serves as the driving force for the social development of the country. Okay, so that means social development means human resource development. Human resource means it is all available of skills, knowledge, all such things which are available in the country is called human resource. See, we are also human resource. We also possess a skill. So in human resource management, our skill is also included. So for developing human resource, actually we use the social infrastructure. It occurs when there is a healthy and efficient workforce in the country. So workforce means we, right? Because workforce means all those people who come under the working age, and those who have work, that is what is called working population or workforce of the country. So all those people who are getting work, so they have to be healthy, right? Then only you can have more of healthy workforce in the country. If there is only healthy workforce in the country, only you can be developed. See, imagine a situation where so many workers are falling ill all the day. So just imagine, we cannot have a good use of them. So that means we have to be healthy, or the workforce have to be more healthy. Then, so while economic infrastructure accelerates the process of growth, social infrastructure accelerates the process of human development. So just note the point there, and you can. So there is no development to be fulfilled without social and economic infrastructure. Okay, so both infrastructures, that is social as well as economic, should go hand in hand to get a better developed country or a nation. Then infrastructure and development. What are the how infrastructure helps in development? First one is infrastructure promotes productivity. Productivity means it is the production per input employed. Okay, that is suppose one labor can produce 100 units in a day, and 2 units, suppose if there is 2 labors, that is 200 units per day. Suppose second labor cannot produce 100 units per day. That means it is the output per input that we employ. Maybe he can only produce 75. So productivity of the second labor is 75 units. Productivity of the first labor is 100 units. So that makes the whole output, that is 175 units if you take both of them together. So that is infrastructure promotes productivity. In that, first sub point is productivity in the primary sector. How in the primary sector infrastructure helps in the development? See, in the primary sector means that is the agricultural sector. In agricultural sector, you need more infrastructure, irrigation facilities, then high yielding varieties of seeds, then pesticides, chemical fertilizers. All such things are infrastructures to the agricultural sector. Then only you can generate potential output. That is, you can generate more output in the agricultural sector. Then productivity in the secondary sector. Productivity in the secondary sector means coal, sources of energy, that is electricity, coal, petroleum, all such things also needs for the industrial development of a country. Then productivity in the tertiary sector, that is tourism, better transportation, communication, banking facilities, all such things constitute in the tertiary sector. So all these are infrastructures in these sectors. So without these things you cannot have a much developed of these sectors. Next is infrastructure induces investment. Then comes infrastructure generates linkages in production. That means if suppose maybe transportation and communication itself. Suppose for a company to get developed, they have to use more of telecommunication, right? Communication and transportation is also much important in that. So that also while a country is getting developed, this transportation and communication is also getting developed. So there is a linkage of development between both the companies. Then infrastructure enhances size of the market. That is, business is getting enhanced or expanded. Then infrastructure enhances ability to work. If better education is provided, if better on-the-job training is provided, you can have a better workforce in the economy. Then infrastructure facilitates outsourcing. See, outsourcing means you are just giving out for an outside company to complete your work. So have you ever noticed BPO, that is business process outsourcing? That is, we give the processes of our businesses to other outside agencies to complete it. That is business processes outsourcing. That is, infrastructure also facilitates outsourcing. Then infrastructure induces FDI, that is foreign direct investment. FDI, as I already told you, that is either opening up a new business in the foreign country or opening up a new branch in the foreign country whereby you have a home business in the home country. So that is foreign direct investment. And infrastructure also induces 100% FDI, and FDI inflow in the Indian economy has substantially increased with the with the expansion of infrastructure also. So all these things are actually positively promoting the development of a country. So that is it. So this is the infrastructure and the development, how infrastructure induces development in all the sectors of the country. Next we have to go through the state of infrastructure in India. So that will be dealing with in the next video.